I'm Karen Sperling. This is a painting I did with my new Artistry Corel Painter brushes, Volume 11, based on a photo I took. I used as my inspiration the paintings of Pino Dani, a book illustrator and artist who passed away in 2010 at the age of 70. He's known for his colorful works, mostly of women, with impressionist-influenced brushstrokes. In this video, I'll show you the new brushes in my Volume 11 collection and how to paint with them to emulate Dani's style. The brushes are available at the artistrymag.com website, along with the previous 10 brush collections, both individually and in bundles. Brush color 1 is useful for these kinds of smooth strokes in the background. Brush color 2 creates these sort of multicolored strokes that you see here. Brush color 3 gives you these sort of streaky strokes down here. And also the strokes you see here in the clothing. Brush Blender 4 lets you blend what you've done so far. So you can paint and then blend. Brush Color 5 is an intense color brush that you can use to paint dark colors like here in this background. Brush Blender 6 is an intense blender that you can use to blend the brush strokes that you just did with Brush Color 5. Brush Color Texture 7 adds this kind of feathery texture that you see down here. See? And you can choose different textures for different results. See? Brush Color Texture 8 is an even more intense texture brush. So the previous brush is a little more subtle and this one's more intense. If I choose a paper texture with a very toothy grain, you'll see what I mean. Brush Color 9 Faces lets you paint in the very painterly style that Pino Dani used for his faces. Brush color 10 faces is a bit more subtle, and if you paint without lifting the stylus, it puts down color, but it also blends the existing color. So it's a way to get nice painted, blended strokes. Brush Blender 11 Faces is a good brush to use for blending on the face without adding color. It blends what's already there. Brush Cloner 12 Faces lets you bring in information from the source photo as you paint in the painting. So it's good for touching up details. Brush Color 13 Faces is good for details like the lips and the eyes. Painting with Brush Color 14 is a way to get some of these cool impasto thick paint strokes that you see in Pino Dani's paintings. So I'm just pressing lightly and painting. Brush Blender 15 is a way to blend the strokes that you just painted. And also, if you paint in an area that doesn't have strokes from the previous brush, you can add a little impasto, some raised paint strokes. I got the idea for the next few brushes from this Pino Dani painting and the shapes of these thick strokes here in the background. So the first brush, Brush Color 16, paints with that kind of shape but without texture. So it's just a great little brush to add some color. Brush Color 17 has a similar look, except it's an impasto brush. So as you paint, it adds thicker strokes. As you see here, this is just a different color, but this is the same idea. Pressing lightly will give you the color that you choose in the color panel, and pressing heavily will blend the colors into the colors that are already there. So you can get some really cool impasto effects. Brush Color 18 is good for adding the kinds of highlighted impasto strokes that you see in the Pino Dani paintings. Brush Color 19 lets you create the texture that you see over here in the Pino Dani painting. and I'm tapping the stylus to get this texture. Brush Blender 20 lets you blend with bristly strokes. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Volume 11 Artistry Corel Painter brushes available at my website, artistrymag.com. For information about how to paint portraits, landscapes, and composites in Corel Painter, get Painting for Photographers Volume 3, available in print at Amazon and at my website, and in ebook format at my website. Thanks for watching.